two.
Hi, it's me again. Is the music louder than normal? Is that just me? Did I push this button? What button is it? I mean, these seem like the numbers. Maybe that's just how loud the music is. Am I louder? I feel like I'm too loud. Hello there. Everything appears to be in order. Bathroom door's closed. Backblaze is stopped. Dropbox is paused. I should close this laptop. Laptop closed. One of these days I feel like I'm gonna leave something embarrassing out, like my detergent back there. Don't look at it. So we did a stream today. Very productive. Brainstorming for a workshop I have on Wednesday. Great. Appreciate the help from chat. Absolutely. And now we're gonna do a new stream. And the new stream is we're gonna get back to the Twitch extension that we were working on. Got a little weird at the end when I was like compositing the Twitch extension HTML view as an overlay into OBS, but that was the most exciting part. So let's try to remember how any of this works. We need the Twitch developer rig. We need Visual Studio Code, which is still in a weird state from our earlier stream. One moment, please. Bear with me. How are you? Hi. I think it snowed a little in Portland today, but not much. User settings, font size. Well, that's just ridiculous. Size. A folder would be nice, like a open recent heat, right? Is that what we want? I think that's where all that stuff is. Okay, sure. And Git not found. Install it or configure it in the Git path. Oh, that's because I generally use the Git that is packaged with source tree, but I don't think I want to do that anymore. I think we'll use system Git. Irrelevant at the moment. Let's so we need to do the hosting thing. We need to run the thing. This is all no problem. Make sure there's nothing secret. And clicking buttons. I'm sorry, please bear with me. Yeah, so we were adding Pixie JS. We did front end stuff last time. I feel like I want to get back to the back end. I've been thinking about the back end. I'm out of date. I'm an antique. Like back in my day, we wrote SQL statements all day long to 5 miles in the snow. And most of my experience is with SQL. And now we live in this NoSQL world, in this like Memcache Redis world. And I've done some stuff with that. I've done a little with Redis and I like it. But this particular problem is a tricky one. And I will get into that in a moment as soon as I... Actually, maybe we could do this. Can we do path to my backend files? The backend files currently are all just in this folder. I'm trying to see if I can run that. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over here. Here's our rig. I just am curious if previously we were doing like running, starting, stopping, all that fun nonsense over here. But I'm actually curious if we can do npm run start just here. Like, will that actually work? It'll pop up this dude. Let's see if this explodes and destroys us all. ENO, ENT, that doesn't seem good. That sounds broken to me. We have front end, we have no back end. So our backend is in that directory. npm run start is what we said to do, right? Maybe that's just not a thing that this guy wants to do. And we'll look up that error message. I definitely don't want to go in rabbit hole here, but let's just see. Like slightly more robust error would be helpful. Well, I don't care that much actually, because we can just do that over here, and it should work. Yeah. So just to recap, we are building a Twitch extension for some reason, for a dev post challenge, and the fine print that really isn't very fine is that we have to, let's just look at it. Dev post Twitch extension. I actually had what I think is maybe a better idea for a Twitch extension today, but I'm going to ignore that and we're just going to build the one we're building. So the deal is, well, that's weird. I want not that person's page. I want online and the Twitch AWS extension challenge. Extension challenge. And the idea is to build a Twitch extension using some AWS service. So we've been doing that. And we have an idea, and it's maybe a bad idea, but maybe it's an okay idea. And the big catch is this AWS part, because AWS is kind of annoying. Actually, this whole Twitch stack is kind of annoying, but the AWS part seems especially annoying. I used to like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. There was a time when like computer maintenance and server maintenance was almost like a hobby of mine. I don't have any interest anymore. I like to use very simple. I like stuff like Heroku, where it's like, hey Heroku, make this a thing. You just give it some Node.js and you suddenly have a backend. Nothing is that easy, it seems, on AWS. So while left to my own devices, I would build this whole backend with Heroku, which I kind of am considering building this whole backend with Heroku anyway. It has to end up on AWS. We also don't have a ton of time. Like, I started this super late. So let's see what it does currently. I think we're still drawing blobs. Yes. So we can click, and anywhere a viewer clicks, we will currently get pulsing blobs that never go away, which is really not ideal because I was going to test this today, and it seems like this would just put blobs all over my face. But maybe you can't use it. Maybe only I can use it. The whitelisting is a little weird on testing Twitch extensions, but you can see it also appeared here because basically what happens is every click goes to what is called our EBS, our extension backend service that we write. We do stuff. In this case, we just have like an in-memory cache of all the clicks, and then we collate all those clicks, and we hand them off later to this Twitch pub sub based thing that I'm guessing it's Redis based because it says pub sub. Maybe other things use that. I don't know. And that's that. And then everybody in the channel gets it. And there's certain restrictions like only 5 kilobyte message payloads and only 1 message per second, but that's kind of okay. The part that's annoying is just like, that means there's potentially a 1 second gap between clicks appearing. I have some thoughts on how to sort of hide that. So what I kind of wanted to do, and maybe this is a bad thing for a stream because this might require secret things, is try to just deploy this like on my stream. Can I do it while the stream is running? I don't know. I don't know what I can do. So maybe we might just look at like pulsy orbs. That word sounds a little gross. Pulsy orbs. Gross. And I kind of just want to like go through the very first pass of throwing something up on Twitch. So I need to find the dev.twitch.tv. Maybe it is. perhaps. I really need Draclin to show up because I want to talk to him about this back-end approach. So what we need to do, this is the dev world. My dev dashboard. I have one extension. It's a full screen thing. A new extension management experience. Maybe it will be better because I don't feel great about any of this stuff. So like deployment kind of sucks. Like how do we do this? We just have to upload a zip file or something. It just seems like, why would I do that? This is a version uploaded 3 days ago. Yeah, we need to like move to hosted test. Assets are being hosted by you, but you can test on any channels that have your extension installed and active. So I want to move to a hosted test. And to do that, view on Twitch and install. Can I? What will happen if I install this? It seems like it won't work. Localhost rig. I mean, that would be kind of cool. There's no way this works. This seems very unlikely to me that this would. It in fact seems fully impossible that it would work. So what we have to do, we gotta figure out how to upload stuff. Upload assets. Must be a zip. Okay. Let's just try to figure this out. Don't look at anything secret here. So we need to learn more about uploading the Twitch CDN. Well, why didn't it take me to the part that was relevant? Off to a bumpy start. Building, releasing and maintaining. Before you can transition your extension to the view state, you need to upload your assets to the Twitch CDN. To do that, zip up your assets and upload them here. Here? This, what? Not useful, Twitch. This is not great. Is there anything over here about upload? Go, upload. That'd be great if this could do that. Nothing? Why not? I doubt it. Cool. Twitch, upload. Assets. I mean, I guess you know, if my manifest just has a config URL. How does this work? Yeah, because it's not real. It's not a real thing. Like in the process of creating one, you don't really give it much. Like a lot of that manifest stuff is not super clear. Cool. What do we do? Creating my extension manifest. So does that mean that was actually a hosted thing? My dashboard, yes, thank you. let's just look at pulsing orbs while we figure out some of these boring things. I have an extension. Great. I can manage that extension. Let's call it a viewer engagement. Secret key. Okay, sure. Save. So presumably these changes will okay, the OAuth redirect URL. Not really doing anything OAuth-y, I don't think. Do I need to? I haven't really seen that in any of the extension guides. Image assets, not useful. Great. And there's like 2 views for this. One is managed, but one of them you have to click the version, maybe? Yeah. So we have version status, version assets, version details, all this fun nonsense. Extension capabilities. I don't think we need a configuration at all at this moment. We don't need to chat. Like I'm just gonna leave it pretty vanilla, I think, at the moment. Turn everything off. I'm paranoid there's gonna be something secret. Asset hosting? Okay. Testing base URL, the root URL for all assets related to this extension. For example, whatever. Okay, I see. So got it. So shown to broadcasters while they are configuring in the extension manager or what's in the live config. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. So this is just our way to, we can basically throw this stuff up wherever we want and then configure and test and experiment and presumably test that stuff live. So here's what I'm thinking. I think this is what I'm thinking. I think AWS, we got to use it. Seems annoying. I don't want to use it yet. I don't want to use it until we like have this a little more solidified. And so I think what we will do is stick this stuff on Heroku and yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll work with Heroku initially with the Heroku Redis module, and then maybe we stay on Heroku but transition to Amazon's Redis and so on and so on. You know, like gradually transition. Start with what's easy. And what could be cool then, I guess, is if this business all works as expected. So, okay. I don't think I have any Heroku tools installed here. Let's find some. I know, I wish we had you, Homebrew. Not auto update, etc., etc. Let's just do it the very Windows way. I wonder if it's in like chocolatey? I don't know what it is. It's the chocolate one. It's the one that sounds like chocolate. It's kind of the only package manager I know of Windows, and I've never used it. Okay, so here's what I'm imagining is we get Heroku set up, and we get set up to easily deploy this because it's so easy with Heroku. It's so easy with Heroku. versus what it looks to be. I don't have a ton of experience with it, but what it looks to be to get all this stuff going on AWS. Okay, that stuff's all installing. Oh, this doesn't need a restart. That'd be really dumb. If it did, I guess it would just be about the path. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We'll probably need to do some secret things. Add Heroku. I hate the responsive web on the desktop when my window's slightly smaller and I don't get a login button, things like that. Not cool, just not good. It's a worse experience. Especially for something important like logging in. Okay, I'll put the orbs back. Yes, now we have orbs again. So here's what I think we're gonna do. Whoa, who's using that? Weird, why is that on? Who's using that? Who's using? Very interesting. Okay, anyways, let's make a new app. And we will call it Heat Miser. No, we'll call it Heat Extension. That's available. Twitch Heat. I don't like any of these names. Oh, whatever. Twitch Heat. Whatever. What is pipeline? Is that a new thing? What does that mean? Pipelines from a continuous deployment workflow. We don't need that, right? That's all. Forget it. Okay. So Twitch Heat. We'll create an app. This is all very basic Heroku stuff. I would love to connect it to GitHub. Or we could also use Heroku's Git. That's easy enough, right? And do everything down here. Or some other terminal. Do you know about Heroku? Hey, how about that? Okay. So where are you? Where do you live? Here, 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 here. CD there. Here we are. That didn't work at all. The weird thing about Windows, if you do a CD on a different drive, it doesn't necessarily do it. Like, it doesn't necessarily just go there. Okay, so we got to do fun stuff like log in and all that jazz. And then I think we can add a remote. Yeah. I don't know if I like this or not. I guess I do. Probably easy enough to change later. Then the browser comes up and we push this button and we get authenticated. It's all very exciting. I'm super logged in now. And I'm sorry, I know I'm doing secret things. It's not super exciting. Okay, so we just need to add a remote, I believe. How do we say? I don't remember how you say like what the thing is, like in your package, how you say like, hey, this is the thing. I guess it just runs main, right? Whatever main is. Really, this is not right. Really, this is right. Isn't that what we think? Do I need to do this in both places? I'm not really familiar with the package lock world. Okay, we got some stuff in here. Looks like things we probably need, right? Those look like important things. So I think we're all set up. We will add Twitch Heat as a remote. Git must be installed. Ah, F. Okay, well, anyway, we thought we might do that anyway. So here we are. That's fine. I think that'll be okay. We'll just have to change source tree to use the system get, but it's worthwhile probably to have that available elsewhere. So basically, this is a way that you can use get to deploy straight to Heroku. You can also tell Heroku just to look at GitHub and pull from there, which was maybe the thing I should have done, just because it would require a little less configuration on this machine, but here we are. Okay, so we're gonna send this thing to Heroku, then we will have a real URL to stick in as our hosted thing, and then I guess we can install and test this extension. And by we, I mean me. I don't actually know, like how if other users can use it or not. It'll be weird because it'll just be people clicking all over my face, and it will be bad, right? Because it'll just be black. Oh man, I forgot about that. I forgot that we ended in a not great scenario where the background was transparent. Ah, shoot. I forgot. I truly forgot. You know what? I need to actually, before we do this stuff, okay, let's install get. I do actually, whoa, that was weird. Okay, what do we want? Sure, bash, great, get LFS, that seems fine. Visual Studio Code as Git's default editor. Okay. Use Git from Git Bash only. Git from the command line, also from third-party host, and optional Unix tools. Yeah, this seems like fine. Fine. Oh, line endings. Good grief. We'll stick with the default. Defaults. Okay, I did want to do a little tidying, actually, now that I think about it. I want to pull that example out. What? What's open? What are you talking about? What is possibly looking at that? Visual Studio Code? That was weird. I was even looking at a file there. Okay, what do we got? This seems like the relevant stuff. We really could tidy it up more, probably. I think this is okay for the moment. Let's get a little git bash. Great. Okay, let's launch all the things we just closed. Our friend the developer rig, our friend Visual Studio Code. Why don't you snap in there. Okay. Oh, I almost could have shown something secret. That was a secret. What was I doing? Hard to recall. Let's, okay, that's great. Now we do have Git installed, so all this stuff works a little better. So outstanding. Git status, we moved all of the, what? Can I not do the, oh, I'll go to the place. I want to do like Git from here. Let's sit in here. Whatever. Whoops. Good grief. Can I push from here? Probably not, actually. I bet I can't. Well, that's fine. Okay, it's just not configured. No big deal. Okay, but we should now be able to do git push Heroku master and push this to Heroku. Wait, did I not do this? Heroku get remote a Twitch heat. Not gonna work. Now, what's kind of funny is I didn't actually configure this to work correctly at all. Now that I think about it, because I think maybe I did. I don't think I did. I think it's going to be all wrong. I don't think we have. Yeah. So if we go to this web page we just made, great. Okay, great. Well, here's what we're going to get. Ouch. Big fat method not allowed. That's not what I thought we would get. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want. I thought it would show. Yeah, this. Let's see this. Super broken. I didn't necessarily expect it to work, but I thought it might. Even if it worked, it would not have worked properly. So that's fine. Let's see what my problem is. Switch heat, tail. I'm doing this wrong. Probably. Okay. Oh, because it's trying to run. Oh, that's not good. Don't do that. Yeah, this is. We shouldn't do this. This is unwise. Unwise, unwise. It's trying to run no daemon. Oh, wait. That's all wrong. We should say. This should be dev or something, maybe. Let's see. I'm not sure if it will just run what's in main or if it will always do whatever is the start. Yeah, I think it just runs start. So we need to just change this and then what do we want to do? We just want to run it as like a development environment, npm run dev. Or run start :dev or something like that. Like, I don't know if dev is a thing people use for NodeMon. Did I get copied here? I'm so confused. I don't think so. Okay, well, now we can do another Heroku push, Heroku master. No, it isn't. Oh. I messed it all up. That's my fault. Even this is broken now? Everything's broken. Okay, this is still going to be broken. This is still wrong, but that's okay. We got to go through this process, so. Because we need to host from public. That's a slightly weird one. Well, that's okay. So we can add that easily enough to express. So now if we do this, it's still super broken. Very good. What's broken this time? Well, that's just straight up problems. That's just a straight up application crash. Why does that happen? Oh yeah, well, we're doing all kinds of things wrong now that I think about it. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we're supposed to be doing. Like, port should come from the environment, all kinds of stuff. Oof. It's been a while. It's been a while. Node environment, because we want to get the port. Yeah. Is it just port? Or is there something else we want in there? We kind of want to say either use the port they give us or 3000. So let's start with this. I don't know that it's actually the port. Seems like it could be some other problem, but that's a start, right? Shh. Oh, we should test it. Seems to work. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that. That's something else. Everything's broken. Unsurprising. I think it's easy. I just gotta remember all the pieces, right? So I'm watching over here. We've got a build started. Let's see what thing's gonna be broken this time. Oh, I know some things. I definitely know some things. For sure. I think maybe the problem is some other in the kinds of stuff. It's probably this very thing, because this thing might not exist, and we didn't define any of that stuff. So let's just say on all of these, use the thing or use an empty string. And this is not going to work. This is still going to be broken, but we can at least set that environment separately. I think the syntax will work in here. I actually don't know. I guess we'll find out. Seems to not explode. I need to get something a little bit better set up. I don't like this terminal much. Okay, how broken is it going to be this time? We'll get a new build. And it will still be broken. Make no mistake. All our JWT stuff, JSON Web Token stuff, will be totally broken. But that's easy enough to fix. I just had to go set those variables in Heroku. Okay, starting to up. And now if we go to, now is it broken in the way I expect it to be? Yes. Hello world, broken exactly as I would like it to be. So we just need to fix that quickly by saying, we need to just There's various ways we can do it, but this is probably the easiest way, is to just throw in the middleware to host static files. Deer name, is that valid? Is that like a real thing? This work? Can I just do this? I don't know. What? Oh, I need to do npm run dev, right? Is that what I said? Cool. So now if we go to localhost 3000, great, we see this. And if we go to localhost 3000 / video overlay.html, we see this. And it's unauthorized. Wait, that shouldn't be unauthorized. Maybe it is. How broken is everything? Seems quite broken. Does this need to be host with rig first? So those two are communicating. What's your problem? Is this because I didn't add? Yeah, probably because it needs. I mean, kind of. Seems like it just should have. This is the query string that goes into the thing. Interesting. So my own hosted version of that does not work in Twitch world, which I guess is not super surprising, right? It'd be kind of nice to test there. But view in browser here. This will work on it. Yeah, that works. But this thing, not so much. What if I make things up? No, doesn't work. So that's interesting because there's something, I mean, I guess that's not too surprising, right? Like the overlay only works if it's in Twitch land, and I can't seemingly just make up stuff. Although I kind of would have thought this would work. Well, it's embedding the overlay, so it's probably wrapping it in some way, right? And then like, can I get the iframes URL? Extension frame. Where'd you get that? I mean, this is all just made up stuff. I'm sure this is some proprietary special thing. Draklin, I need your help. I was trying to cheat this, so I'm not super surprised that it doesn't work. I was just trying it. But I think it works. It would be nice to test it. I guess I sort of am testing it. So now, let me think about this. We have deployed. Did we actually push that change? I don't think we did. Yes. Quit it. What? We added that. What did we add in here? Oh. Dracline, I need to figure some. You have your thinking cap on? Can I bother you for a minute? I have some questions. Please put on your thinking cap. So this isn't going to work. Not horribly surprising. But this should work, actually. Undo that. Wait, come back. If this works, we're at least hosting static files. Why are we insanely zoomed in? Great. Why is that 90% and that's okay. Sure. Sure. We don't want to look here. We now want to look at whatever our weird new thing is. Twitch heat. Yeah. What are you doing here? Okay, so we now have this stuff hosted. The trick is, what are the tricks? The tricks are as follows. The tricks are the location of our extension backend service. Which is hard-coded here. But doesn't need to be. I kind of wish you could get that URL from the Twitch configuration. I guess you could. If you used the if you use their config stuff, you could probably get that. Like specify that server side, and then you would never have to change it here. But let's just do it the very silly, easy way for now. So, wait, no, do this. Let's. This should, in theory, work. Like these clicks routing remotely, this is probably going to be slow, but this should work. This should like let us click and run through our remote world. So we need to get our thing back, npm run dev. That not right? So for example, if we tried this /click /100 100 100, I think we'll get a 500 error. Yeah, that's what we want. Kind of. Oh, but that's on localhost. Now, if we did that at twitchheats.herokuapp.com, we get a 500 error. And we get our unauthorized error here. So that actually kind of worked. Twitchheat.heroku. Oh, I have a dual prefix. That was very silly of me. I'm making these ridiculous mistakes lately. Weird. Okay, that gave us an internal server error. And that is correct because we did not configure Heroku properly for this yet. So I need to go over here and go into secret land and add all of these very secret environmental variables to Heroku. So I'm going to momentarily switch to here, the secret camera. I need like a pixelation filter just to run over my screen when I'm doing secret things. Okay, so if we go to Twitch Heat, I'm definitely going to accidentally expose this because I don't think they hide it. Oh, they do, actually. Okay, cool. So in env, we need to specify 3 variables. And if we add those variables, I believe that this will start to work. It's just the web token stuff, because we added the requirement that we don't accept anything that doesn't have a proper web token either. So that seems maybe like that worked, right? Possibly. Now what happens? So that is probably gonna do a restart. Set the secret config variables. And it works. Okay, so these are clicks that are going out into the world, and they are coming back locally. And they're additive, and we still don't know how to make the additiveness work, and that may just never work ever, and that's kind of a bummer. But I guess that's okay. There's a crazy thing that I think it was just Mozilla was doing it for a while, where you could just run shaders on like arbitrary things in your web page. And I think that disappeared pretty quick, because that is a crazy thing to just allow people to do. But I liked it. Very much my style. I did a short project with it that is now defunct, but fortunately I had video capture of it. So this works. It goes here also. I don't exactly understand why we can't just directly go to that page. I assume because Twitch doesn't want you to do that. They want to, which is kind of a bummer, actually, now that I think about it. It really I was hoping to have like a shared kind of code base that we could recycle and use in if we want to do like weird OBS layers and stuff. Is it over? Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, thank you. We're not secretive anymore. So, okay, what I was thinking, no, it's not over. I'm starting. I was being a secret. I was typing in secret things. So what I was kind of hoping is that I could have a universal front end that both would show up and run in real time in the overlay panels on Twitch, but that could also just be accessed over the web for kicks, so that you could do weird compositing things like in OBS, for example, if you wanted to. But I kind of bet you can't do that, and I kind of bet Twitch doesn't want you to do that, and that's okay. It just means we would need a kind of a separate stack for like that realm. When are we going to make your $1 million idea, sell it, and just work pro bono as a cool art teacher guy? I don't know. I feel like I've had a number of $1 million ideas, but they're just so much trouble. I'm just not a super money motivated person. So I try to just balance it where I spend some time doing work and then sometimes just doing nonsense. And it seems I've made it this far. Hey, if I do this Twitch extension and I win first prize, which seems unlikely, I'll get $15,000. I actually, though, Draclin, slightly inspired by you, had probably the idea for an actually useful Twitch extension, but I'm not very interested in useful things. That's just not super high on my list. So, and actually, really the strategy here is just to become a Twitch celebrity. That idea, it's a very simple idea. It was just thinking about how you had asked me to paste bin something for you the other day. And I was thinking like, oh, well, what if you didn't have to go out into the world? And what if there was a very easy way? Okay, so let me give you a little background on this. So I was doing, and I don't know why I have not made this connection in the world of Twitch at all, but I should have. For a while, I was doing some work, kind of like IDE stuff, but a little more kind of teaching oriented. So I did 2 projects in this realm. One was Hello Processing with Dan Schiffman, and one was Hello P5 JS with Dan Schiffman and Lauren McCarthy. And so the idea with Hello Processing was that, and I think this still exists, although I'm no longer the author of this, is that you could watch pre-recorded videos of Dan teaching, but the examples as he talked about them would run in real time in your browser, and you'd have a code editor, and that would all run in real time in your browser. Let's see if it still works, actually. I think they're still maintaining it. So you would come in here, and we'd get like an intro from Dan. Let's just jump to the next lesson. Dan would talk a little bit about vectors. I forgot we added closed captioning.
So what does it mean to write a line of code?
And then, so you'd watch a video, and then you would jump to the end, and it would have a live exercise. So Dan can be talking up here, but also I have an editor in here, and I can do like live code changes, whatever. This was pretty early, like when P5, this is not even P5, this is processing JS. And so it's kind of a cool thing. And the idea was like a teaching platform where you could have these live instructional videos with code examples. And you know, this has been going on elsewhere, but this was some years ago, and it was pretty new at the time. And the next iteration of this was P5.js. And then the idea was that you shoot the instructor against a green screen and then real-time composite in the browser live with something called Seriously.js and let code go on that was real and responsive and reactive. I wonder if this actually still works. I don't know the answer. I hope it does. It was pretty cool.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
Yeah, so there's Lauren. Uh-oh, there's some problems. So like, this stuff is all real-time drawn in the browser. This is not in the video. All of these things are
you can do everything you've done with processing,
drawn,
but do it in JavaScript.
drawn live.
Some new stuff too. All the examples you see here.
Is there a way to jump around? I don't think I made it where you could seek because it was problematic with the real-time code.
Is Dan Schiffman.
Hi, thanks Lauren. Thanks for having me.
My little arrow broke.
My name is Dan, and I'm really thrilled to be here to talk about some of the features
So,
of P5.js.
just to be clear again, this is like, he's going to have some code examples, and he's going to have code that's running in real time in your browser.
Drawing shapes. If you used processing before, it's really just the same. You might draw a circle or a square.
So those aren't in the video. Those are running real time in the browser.
Flowers are one of my favorite things to draw. But let's put the flower aside and let's go back to that circle. Nice round circle. How did this circle appear here? A line of code.
And this is real editable code, and that's the actual code that is running to produce it. Like, that's the actual code.
Syntax this way of writing code if you want to draw and design your own shapes. But the thing is, this is real-time software. This is happening right now. This circle can be interactive. You could click on it and it'll change color.
So I can.
Click on it.
I really can click on that. Like, it's not just a video. And this is actually, again, the literal code that is running that.
I'm most excited about in terms of P5. We are here. I'm here in this web browser. I'm not really here, but you know what I mean, right? So the web, it's a powerful medium.
I don't know if any of this is going to work.
All sorts of things you could do on the web.
It's been some
All the
years.
things you can do with the web, you can do with P5. So we can start adding HTML elements to interact with, like a slider. We can put a slider here.
Oh, that works.
Slide it back and forth, and you can change this circle's color. How did this slider appear? A line of code. Create slider. I really, really love this line of code and the fact that you can do drawing and animation and integrate stuff with the web. But is this animating? I mean, it sort of is, but it's not moving around. So
yeah, I would love your platform.
Something a little more interesting.
I'm very curious if this weather thing is going to work.
Fly around the screen. Now let's add 100 more circles, all flying around the screen too. If you notice, these circles are flocking. That's like a swarm of bees or birds or a school of fish. This is a nice simulation algorithm, the kinds of things you can do with a system like P5. You also
cool.
notice that it's interactive. The circles are avoiding my head, and if you move your mouse...
I'm happy this still works. I'm very curious if this next piece is going to work.
Let's remind ourselves, where are we? Where am I? I'm on the web. I'm in a browser. There is so much stuff I can connect to, data and APIs and all sorts of things. So let's grab the weather in New York right now. The weather is
it works. It still works. Amazing.
Current wind direction. We can use the data we get to...
Okay, that's all I really wanted to know, is that this still works. So in general, I mean, the idea in this case were pre-recorded videos, but with live code, interactivity, all of this stuff happening, that oh no, why did my video just tick up? What is killing me? Is it Backblaze? It's not Backblaze on this computer. Pardon me for a moment. Maybe it's Backblaze on this computer. That was weird. What's going on with you here? This computer's not even doing anything. I falsely blamed you, computer. I apologize. Just to be sure. Yes, the text strain I have, but that's in the video, right? Like that's part of her stream. I think I accidentally deflated her a little bit on that when I talked about the artwork text strain. So yeah, but so I mean, I guess kind of imagine that, but running client side and interactive, for example. So I guess I was starting to think a little bit in this realm. So the initial idea was like, oh, well, Pastebin, why not just have my editor hooked to some Twitch extension that showed my code on your side, and then we wouldn't have to Pastebin. Like you could just have it. And then I was thinking back to all this stuff. This was a major area of research for me a while in grad school, and I kind of lost the thread on it, unfortunately. So I'm kind of interested in getting back into this realm, certainly. And maybe this project can be kind of the start for it. I don't know. Like this was fun. This was a cool thing to do. It was a lot of work, but I think it could be made into kind of a production workflow that wasn't as insane. So anyway, that's maybe the thing that is the more useful idea of like, at a minimum, like some sort of sharing between the editor or some like shared paste tool or something like that, and then at the maximum something crazy in this realm. So I'm fully interested in getting back to this realm. Like I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to teach a workshop in a few weeks, a month or two, I can't remember when exactly, about kind of interactive live streaming, and that will be a thing. It's like, how can we get back to this world? Because this was a pretty cool world. It was a pretty cool world. I don't know that Twitch would love the idea of just running arbitrary data on everybody's browser, but hey, we'll see. That sounds good, Draclin. Oh, I did think of you actually. I noticed something in the Twitch extension that your like ping, excuse me, your thing that would figure out latency. They have a thing that figures out latency in their little extension helper. That's awesome. How like where are you in the development of this platform? How is it coming along? Okay, so let me just refresh my mind. Where were we? We are to the point that this is hosted. This is running remotely. We are sending stuff, it's getting cached, and then it's coming back to us. And this will be a terrible thing to run on stream. How are you rendering? I'm using Pixie.js for this. It's my first time to try it. It's like a 2D WebGL based graphics system, and it's pretty good. Seemingly so far. Okay, so I kind of want to turn this extension on. But will it work? Platform server side, client to terminal. Okay. Sends results in what form? As an image or just raw data? Like what do you get back from the server? Okay. Let's see, what are we doing here? I need to get back on track. We need that developer panel again. Internal server error, which is what we would expect. These all seem great. We're serving static files. So the thing I need to do in that developer panel is to say, use our backend now. It's all data. Okay, it's all just JSON. Got it. Okay, let's go back to this. Try to figure this thing out. Some kind of dashboard. My dashboard. Once again, nobody look at my secrets. We got an extension. I think this is where we go. And I think we can stay in assets are being hosted by you, but you can test on any channels that your extension installed and active. So I think all I need to do is change this to this. Not this. Full screen. I think that's right. The config. Do we have to actually have this? Because I don't think we do. I wonder if he'll be mad at me if I don't have that. It is what's required. Okay. Well, let's make one of those. Let's make a new file. Hello, fellow. Awesome. I'm excited to see it. But what are you thinking? I mean, maybe I'm confused. When you had mentioned rendering, are you just rendering in terms of like actually rendering pixels, or rendering in terms of formulating data? Let's make a new terminal. Bracklin. I called you Bracklin because I was looking at a word with B. I gotcha. Taking a template. Got it. Okay, this should be back up. So now we should have a config HTML. Hello, fella. We do indeed. So, can I just point us to here now? Will this work? If I say view on Twitch and install, is this going to do something insane? Is it okay to install extensions while your stream is running? Your extension will not display on your page until it is activated on the extensions page. Your extension may require additional configuration below before it can be activated. Would you like to configure this extension now? You bet. Oh no, I can't configure it because I cheated and didn't. Okay, well, great. Apparently we have to actually have some configuration here. So how can we do that? We got this thing. The example, what does their config HTML look like? It looks like this. Well, that doesn't seem very useful. Config.js. So let's steal this, I suppose. Don't care about any of this. I don't like Twitch. Why do you do this? Why do you put your scripts up here? And then down here, let's steal whatever's in here. Fair enough. So now can I... Okay, that kind of works. Maybe I should add a One of those. Add a configuration view. Do I really need more than that? Like, will actually, I don't know what's required. Activate. Set as overlay number 1. Okay, this may do something really weird to my stream. But that'll be fine, right? Your computer's vibrating. Did I do that? Did I do it? Was it me? Okay, I have this button called heat, and I accept it. Does it work? Oh, wow, look, Tracklin. Can you do it? Can you turn it on? I don't know what my video looks like anymore because the extension's in the way. So on the video, I don't know if this will be available to you, but on the video, do you see like a little lightning bolt front and center at the bottom? I don't know how to show this. I guess I can stream me on stream. So why do you recommend things like this, Twitch? Why do you do that? I don't know the answer. So this thing. Do you have this thing? Lanolux is streaming? Who's this? New Noiseworks is streaming? Purge is streaming? Oh my gosh. Let's just see what New Noiseworks is doing. He's preventing climate change. You don't have it. I wonder if I have to whitelist you in some way to be able to test it. Allows viewers. Okay, so how do I invite you? I like this infinite Twitch we have going on here. How do we do this? If you don't Twitch install. Maybe I can't invite you until comma separated list of URLs that your extension configuration page is allowed to open. How do we do this? Well, just to show you what it looks like is when I turn it on. Ooh, what's this gonna do? What is this? Like I can click and then those clicks are going out into the world and coming in back. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's my background. Okay, yeah, right. This is not responsive yet. Okay, well, we got to make it responsive, so that's good to know. Interesting, though, that our XY coordinates are still proper, even though the scaling is not right. Well, I can watch me click. So there's that. Okay, so we do need to do like responsive Ooh, yeah, a little bit. Sure. Like rainy bokeh. Okay, so here's where we are currently. This thing is now running through Twitch at least. Like I'm seeing this actually. How do I invite people? I want to invite you. Extension is approved by Twitch and releasing, but the developer only wants specific creators to install and activate. Extension is available for testing and is not yet reviewed or approved. When the extension has not yet been approved, developers have the opportunity to add Twitch accounts for testing. So, some jingles. That I may not be able to invite you. This is all such a hassle. Good grief. What a giant hassle. Testing accounts. Comma separated lists of account IDs, which should have access to this version of extension. Users in those lists are ignored by the broadcaster whitelist check. Oh, okay. Let me think about this. Any extension is not approved and released, and the extension manager will have test disclosures. So maybe I can add you here, Jacqueline. Comma separated list of broadcasters that can install it. Oh yeah, of course. Right. Well, wait, that doesn't sound right. Users in this list are ignore. Oh man, I wish this all made more sense than it does. Well, we got a warbly background that is not responsive. We can't click through that, but we kind of knew that. So what's the answer here? Testing accounts, is that the right way? Like, how do I invite you? You see an extension with this option. It means the extension has not been... Okay, maybe, Draclin, I can add you as a tester, and then you'll see it? If you want to give it a go? I mean, the other possibility is that that it won't work until we're like in a hosted test. Maybe like hosted test has to happen first. Twitch documentation is something else. Okay, let's try to find any documentation on this. Testing accounts. Are you officially the first person in chat to say beam me up, Scotty, to me? How? So the one problem is I need your numeric account ID. I don't suppose you happen to know that, do you? There's a way I can do it in curl. Yeah, I need your social security number. Windows command prompt doesn't do the thing. Okay. Lame. What's the easiest way to do that? I could see it with the chatbot on. If I set up the chatbot, I could see it with the client ID. I know there's a way to do it in curl. Where did I need that and was able to find the curl command to get it? Oh, I could do it with Postman, I guess. Oh. They just had a handy way to look this up. Yeah, and we need the client ID in the header. Okay, I think we can do that in Postman. Do we still have Postman set up? That really might have had the secret in it. Okay, no, okay, that's fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine. I do need the client ID, and I think the client ID is not a secret. I hope it's not a secret because I've definitely showed that on stream. Navigating this sucks. What a bad... Woof. All developer experiences are bad. Like, all backend developer experiences are not great. You think that's you? Does that look like your numeric ID? How'd you find that? It is numeric. It is the numeric ID is the one I need. Let me try one thing. Client ID is me. Documentation, not terrific. Getting a client ID. Okay, so I need in the request header to have a client ID. I hope this isn't secret. I don't think it is. Wait, not a parameter. I want a header. Get out of here. Oh, you found it in extensions? Oh, well, maybe that's exactly what I need, but I'm going to try it here. What? Oh, that's to get a client ID. Oh, the League of Legends extension shows it. Well, I could try to add that. Translating from names to user IDs, that's what I need. No, I don't want a client ID. I want a... That number is your channel ID. Oh, I think that's actually the same as your user ID. Let's try it. I will add that number to the whitelist. I wish any part of this was good. But again, I mean, I don't know. I feel like all developer backend experiences just aren't good. The Apple one sucks. People say the Apple one is the best one, but it's bad. The Oculus one is okay, but sometimes also sucks. Like, it's not... I guess there's just less pressure to make it good because the developer community is always going to be smaller, but... Like, how many clicks do I have to click to find the place? Okay, I'm going to put that number in this list. Maybe you'll see a little lightning bolt down here. Maybe. I don't know. You're in that list now, for whatever that's worth. You got it? Did you really? How do I don't know how to reset it. If I do that, does it reset? I didn't give it the option to reset. I can just refresh this window though, right? Okay, I accept. It's Draclin. Oh, don't write anything horrible. That's pretty cool. Look, you're drawing directly on my screen. Is that an upside down rotated smiley face? It's beautiful. It's a work of art. I'm going to give it an A+. I didn't leave room to draw the plus. That's the A. I think this is kind of cool. What do you think? I mean, I think it's definitely rough and broken, obviously, but I think this is the start of something kind of interesting. I'm sure that people are gonna like immediately write racist things and do lewd things all over Twitch. Wait, are you trying something? I can't quite tell. We gotta reset it. Okay, sure. I will just refresh because that's how you reset it right now. Really, those will have a lifetime and they will just expire. Encode Games went live. Ben is supposed to be in here helping me. Turn this back on. You really should be able to see my face behind here. I really messed up on a lot of things. I guess I could be working on that. So we need to get rid of the background image. We need to go back to transparent, and then you should be able to draw on my face. We also need to make it auto size. I thought I had that turned on, actually. Okay, Draclon, it's all yours. You're running this show. Pixie.js auto size. I don't want to automatically do it. Can I seriously? It doesn't have. Was that you, Draclin? You're that single pulsing brown? Okay, I'm looking at the Pixie doc so we can redraw, but uh-oh, what's wrong? Kind of a bummer that the color is random for the client. Well, I mean, we've only been working on it for like 3 days. We'll figure that out. I mean, it may not be. It's probably not going to look like this or work like this because this was really designed with additiveness in mind, and I think we will not get the additiveness that I wanted. So, I don't think. This is not even close, I think, to what this is really going to look like. You know, this is really just like day 3 of trying to get these pieces to communicate. Pixie application. How do I do the auto resize? So resize to the HTML element, I guess. I want auto resize. Do I need to get the renderer? Create renderer. Pixie renderer. Ooh, what are we doing here? This documentation is not... Are you trying to hypnotize me? It's taking longer to hypnotize me? Are you trying to put me to sleep? It's taking longer to put me to sleep than expected. System renderer. Looks like old documentation. Oh, there's an auto resize here. If the render view is automatically resized, seems like it should work. Am I still waiting? Can I move this? Can I move this window? Oh no! Ah no, I closed everything. How did I do that? Come back. Come back to me. Don't be sorry. No problem at all. I appreciate you experimenting with this. I know it is very rough, but hey, that's things are rough before they get not rough. So the resize is a little annoying. So maybe there's a way. How can we easily test this? We want to just like, are we still running this? And then we want to go to the video overlay. So this is weird because this does seem like it is auto resizing. Maybe it defaults to resize window or something like that. Ouch. I wonder what this defaults to. This has no default. Element or window to resize the application to. So the issue is, that's a weird one. Like once we're in that, like we're inside an iframe, isn't it trying to resize to the window? I don't have a great way to test this, unfortunately. Like this stuff doesn't, the size is fixed in a dumb way. And that's not very useful. Like it's not responsive at all. It's always, and when you add new views, so that is a problem. That is certainly a problem. What is some like quick low-hanging fruit? Is the server running? It is running locally and remotely, I think. Yeah, local server's running. The remote server is also running. It's at twitchheat.herokuapp.com. So okay, let's do a couple things. This is gonna look not good, but let's go back to transparent. Let's do this, and then also we don't want to do this anymore because this was just kind of for testing. Bummer. Wonder if we could do additive with a sprite with alpha. If that would actually be a useful thing to do. Guess I could quickly do that. Where is that? I don't know if this will work. Maybe it'll work. The real simple, easy way to do this, I think, is let's copy this to the mask. Oops, no. What's the right shortcut? Something like this. Not great. That's pretty weird. What if we had the same thing in both? I don't think you typically want to do that, but... I mean, this looks kind of cool and gross and weird, but... Nah. I think we'll just always see those edges. I don't have a great way around it. I want to do additive things. What does this actually look like over something? Pretty weird. So I guess we need to call, where was that resize to or rescale to or whatever? Auto resize goes to the renderer, but I don't think we don't actually mess with that. Auto resize true is on the application. So is the issue what does this extend? Doesn't even actually seem like the correct syntax, but okay. Jacqueline, what's up? Does this actually want an HTML element? Because that's set to be fixed. Should be fixed to whatever it's inside of, presumably, even in an iframe, I would guess. Oh, that was weird. Is that you, Jacqueline? Are you doing that? I'm watching. Is that you up there in the corner? You think you crashed it? Very possible. Well, I'm still seeing some. Are you trying to DDoS the overlay? I love the like weird metaball effect of this. It's too bad that I think the additive stuff just isn't going to work. I don't actually know if that's a Pixie problem or a... Did you write something to just spam the server? Okay, let me remove this background again. A good old-fashioned reboot. The server? It seems like it's working. It's working for me. This should all be going through the server. Let me push this new version so we can try it actually over the video. So, unless you still need it on black. Wait, sorry, do what? Like really try it over video? Let's see. Actually, what is our diff here? What did I do? Why am I not? Why are all these diffs to heat and not to everything else? What did I type? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna push this now. Can't believe you're trying to DDoS me on stream. Guess I deserve it. Okay, I believe I am running the extension over live video now. It did not auto scale, but that's kind of cool. Okay, so I can run over live video, but only in, well, I shouldn't do that. That looks insane, because then that's like, I'm doing it over video. Maybe I will do that. Sure, let's have it look crazy. Is this working? Can I full screen this? Sure. How many versions of me? This Scott Ouroboros. Okay, unfortunately, I can only click. This looks ludicrous. The scaling is not working. Man, the feedback loop looks pretty crazy, though. This is not good. This is not good content. I kind of can't even tell if it's working now. Okay, I think it's working. Go to the bathroom. This looks ludicrous, but kind of cool. Okay, let's take this off of here. I can still just click on my face no matter what I'm looking at, right? Like, if I switch to this view, well, most people won't see this, but this should work for me. What was that? Okay, I'll accept this. I turn it on. Yes. Okay, I'm able to click all over my whole self. Until it's kind of hard to tell if this is being responsive or not. Can I hide chat? It is not. It's just not. It has a very definite edge. I know this is boring content if you can't see the overlay that's being tested, but currently only I and Drecklin have access to it. It looks ridiculous. I'll show it over here in a second. It's kind of a bummer that I can only click over here. I will say that. Okay, so like the general idea, let me show this capture and it's gonna look weird. That's me and me talking about me with weird delay. It's like I'm caught in a weird loop. What did I do? Did I like accidentally make a clip? Anyway, so I can now click over here. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I gotta turn it on. Yes, I accept heat. Yes. Yes, please. And now I can click on the video and make... The video is getting weirder and weirder. The color's getting worse and worse. Okay, we're in a weird nightmarish feedback loop. So we can click all around here. We can like see where the bounds stop. And I don't know why. Something like the auto reset. I love how this is degrading worse and worse over time. Like the base video feed is just getting progressively worse. I kind of just want to like let this happen forever and watch the artifact nightmare. Like eternal compression. Kind of into it. Pretty weird. What do we got? Hour and 47 minutes. Okay. So how do we proceed here? I don't exactly know how to solve this problem. Because this is the weird like iframe within an iframe problem that the Twitch developer tools don't let you easily test. So I don't know like exactly what the easy way to replicate this is. I'm pretty sure the whole extension is extending out here because we saw the background of the extension. It's just like it's not resizing. Maybe it's something about iframes because it's looking for the wrong event to resize or something. I don't really know what the answer is. Like weirdly, it kind of seems bigger than I would have expected, but what's an easy way to test that? I don't know. I don't know the answer. Let's see. So one thing we can maybe, can we? Is there a way we can do this? I was hoping this CSS background tag had transparency. Is there a background opacity? Is that real? No. Oh, we could put that inside of a thing and yeah, whatever. Well, okay, actually, maybe we use some tools that might help us is maybe we can like dive in and figure out actually what is not the right size. So if we inspect this, I'm expecting this to look insane, but so we have an extension container for the overlay full screen. So that fills that whole area. Or does it? What a mess. Does that just sit on top? extension overlay, extension components container. Well, that doesn't have anything in it. Almost done. Okay. That's the chat iframe. Oh, is it because I don't have this on? Now does it exist? Okay, now we have an iframe. Inside the iframe, we have a document. We got that big old thing. There's another iframe inside of that, and that is our URL with all the parameters we would expect. Inside this iframe, we should find our body. Great. We should find our main div. Great. But we have a canvas that's... Well, that's weird. Why did that seem like it... Is that really 800 by 600? That seems too convenient to be true. I mean, I assume that is the only thing that should be in there is the canvas that Pixie creates. But that doesn't seem like it's actually... Okay, well, main, yes, is clearly... That's 778 by 440. Oh, it just doesn't update live. That's lame. So now that's 864 by 46, and inside here is the thing that is only partially that size. Like, it's scaling based on an aspect ratio. But now it seems like it is drawing up way over here. But it's maintaining its aspect ratio? Is that what's going on? Well, that seems not ideal. Why would it do that? Why wouldn't it just scale to what the actual size of this is? Did that seem like it was really doing the thing in, gosh, we need a good way to test this. Kind of annoying. I guess the easy answer is to just turn transparent off again. And leave the background image and go to Twitch Heat. Which does not even properly initialize. Oh, right, because I didn't upload it. We need localhost video overlay. So, yeah, like that doesn't seem right. What did I do incorrectly? Maybe that actually... Now that's auto resize on. What was the flag here? Resize 2? Resize 2. Reference the renders. No. element or window to resize the application to. So doesn't seem right. Does it? Pixie auto size just kind of seems like it's not working. This person says it does not seem to work. Changes only style width and style height. What's the right answer here? Resize 2 renames auto resize option. Okay. So is that just outdated code? Auto density. So is auto resize just not a thing? But you still have to call resize? I'm a bit confused here. Resize to auto density, resolution, device pixel ratio. I guess let's stick this in and try to discover. Still not clear on this because the fiddle they give us does not give us a auto resize way. Like, this is annoying. Like, how can you get a, like, when an element resizes? What's the right answer here? This is pretty obnoxious. This seems like something that this software should do for me. Like, why is this my job? I mean, we could do a how do we get the renderer? Auto detect renderer. That is annoying. Is it only on a window resize though? Like, that's kind of the issue here, is if it's a Draclin. Like, this doesn't even. What do you need? How do we do this? This sucks. Why is it picking that size? That doesn't seem like it's automatically resizing. Auto resize doesn't seem to work. Yeah, it doesn't work. It's a lie. It doesn't auto resize. So what's the actual thing here? To resize the canvas, resize does not handle window resizing, so the user must handle these. Okay. Resize to parent node. Okay. Okay. Found an example. That makes a little more sense, but that seems like deprecated code, kind of. Yeah, that seems not up to date. There's just lots of stuff that does not seem up to date. Okay, let's start with getting the right initial size, I guess. So I found a fiddle for that. What does this fiddle do? It says stuff like this. So let's just steal this. Not all of it. Where'd my transparency go? Oh, is this because we're in like 4.7 world and we need to be in, I bet that's what the problem is. This is probably like release candidate stuff. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's turn this on. The scale is not going to be right because I still haven't figured that out fully. Can I do one? Did I not turn that on? Uh-oh, did I fully break it? No, it's there. Okay. Let's refresh this. Let's do it again. Okay, it should be there, Jacqueline, and it should be receiving. It's just only going to receive to like one corner of the screen, unfortunately. That's what I'm trying to fix right this minute. Wait, this one. Sorry, this one. I got to go here. Yeah, now we're going to see a weird loop. And then the video will get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse forever. Did I not do it? Am I not showing it? Oh shoot, sorry, I forgot to accept again. Is it working? Oh, I can't click up there. Okay, it is working. So weird how the video just like... I don't know if I'm ready for this. Should I be ready for this? I'm slightly intimidated. It's weird to watch myself like slowly turn into a nightmare. I wonder what happened if I just let this go. Amazing! How did you do that? What did you do? You DDoS'd me with my own name. How did you do that? Okay, I'm ready. Let me refresh. Turn on the extension. Let me get like a fresh. Okay, let's get a fresh me for a moment before we get too weird. Is that my actual video quality? That's not too bad. Okay, it's not there yet. Okay, now I gotta switch back to this, and now I gotta switch to this, and I have to accept, and I think it should be on now. Amazing. I'm sorry it cut off. I know what you're going for there. What did you do? What did you do here? How were you able to hijack it? Did you have to do it? Did you just spew stuff manually to the server? I thought I made it not allowed. Did I not allow that? I meant to make it where you could only work, like only do stuff through the, like through the extension, you know, not manually sending things to the server. Look at my video. It's so weird. Just let this happen forever. Okay, let's see what you've done here. Oh, you're like actually... Oh, let's see. Generate click code. So that makes your clicks... Where are you actually sending this? Like, where are you actually doing the thing? Is send click a thing? Oh, I wrote that. Is send click my thing? Send click me? Got it. Okay, I see. I see. So you're just kind of into... Oh my gosh, look at my video. It's getting better. Okay, I got it. I got it. That's cool. I mean, that could be an interesting feature, is to add like weird little things. Look at me. Look at me falling apart on stream. It's a nightmare. Thank you, Draclin, for the kind DDoS. Hey, this is the... I wanted to... So here's the thing I'm thinking of about this for the back end. I'm not fully decided on this. I would like a second opinion. So there's two parts to this, right? There's the clicks, and all the clicks have to go somewhere to be cached. And then all of those... Everything in the cache needs to be collated into like a tight packet, because you can only send once per second. So I can't like send clicks as they come. I have to take in a bunch of clicks, grab them, and send them out. And I'm just doing that all in memory right now in Node. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I think I just want to do it with Redis. And then I would just, everything that came in would just get stuck in Redis. And it would have a expiration date, and so it would be very ephemeral. Like every click goes to Redis, and it like only exists there for 10 seconds or something like that. Separate from that, something needs to be querying the same data store, and by channel name, channel number, and then making it into a packet and sending the packet out. And so I'm trying to, that I'm turning into a Heat Vision. I know. It's borderline Hit Vision. I wanted this FLIR camera. They were too expensive though. I was going to do a project, may still do it someday, where you would go up to a window, like an outside display window, and you would breathe on it, and it would do stuff based on the breath. Someday I will do that. Anyway, so I'm just trying to think of quite how this is structured, knowing that I have to use Amazon AWS stuff. I mean, for the backend code, almost certainly want to use Node. I think I'm going to stick to that. Draw on it with a laser pointer. Yeah, I've done that stuff, like a phosphorescent material. I guess that's less heat and just light. So you stick all the data in. Some process goes through and mushes it all together into a packet per channel, so the packets can get their individual clicks. The thing I guess I'm not fully decided on, my kind of two options for data store are Amazon Elasticache, I think it's called, which is their Redis platform. And I don't quite know how I would do that with Redis. It seems like it should be possible. Or DynamoDB is the other thing. I'm pretty sure I want to do it with Redis. I think that's the first thing I want to pursue. This is getting weirder and weirder. I'm just orange and blue now. Looks great. Your little Draklin is still running well. I like how that scales down in a weird way. Okay, this is starting to freak me out a little bit. So I think we need to close this. Yeah, anyway, I got to think about that. So the resize thing is what was giving us grief moments ago, and I feel like I was about to make progress because I had found. Did I close the JS Fiddle I wanted? This JS Fiddle seems to do the thing, like when it runs seemingly in the place that it's supposed to be, and it seems to scale up. Like if I don't do this, and run it. Yeah. But then I think the thing that I decided was, right, that's what we were doing, is that we were, wait, that's my GitHub. Is there anything secret there? Sorry, I'm doxing people. I don't think there's anything secret. It doesn't look like there's anything too secret. Okay, that's smart. I'm glad I do that. I make GitHub accounts per client when I'm working on contract jobs. So there's nothing secret here. This is almost all public stuff. Okay, so, no, we want GitHub, Pixie, whatever. I'm paranoid about showing secret things. I sign NDAs sometime. Nothing has ever bad happened. Yeah, the free private GitHubs. I got a little weirded out when Microsoft bought them. But the free repos I had been using GitLab a lot for, which is a little shaky, and Bitbucket, which has a whole other set of restrictions. So I'm actually very pleased with that. So releases 4 days ago. Let's just use this. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I wanted to actually see it, but okay. Okay, so presumably we can go in here and go in here and whatever. Hello? I don't think I've shown anything super embarrassing on stream yet. I'm sure the day's coming. Okay, now what happens? Yeah, look at that. Okay, but this is not gonna. Well, I mean, it kind of seems like it is resizing. I thought they just told me that you couldn't do that, but maybe this does work. Okay, so let's go back to transparent, I guess. And let's get rid of this, I guess. And let's refresh this. And it seems to work. So now maybe this will all work on video at the full resolution that we would hope for it to work. Oh no, we're past 2 hours. This backplay is going to try to ruin my life. Okay, I'm not going to stream for too much longer. I already streamed like 3 hours earlier. 2 more hours. Goodness, all these streams. And no one cares but you, Draklin. I think you're right. Like something feels different now than in the summertime. And I mean, in terms of like the Twitch creative versus the way everything is split now, it feels like not quite right. I don't know. I feel like more people just stopped by in creative. I even feel like the short amount of time we were in what's its face today, just chatting. I think more people dropped by in just chatting versus science and tech. Okie dokie. So, what did we decide here? I need to not use this. Let's get source tree, make my life a little easier. I just am paranoid about Git, and I always like to look at diffs. Unity did that to me. Okay, what's actually different here? We really just updated to, okay, fair enough. Release candidate, tweak settings. And then git push Heroku master. Whoa, Draclin, did you do that? I'm glad you're enjoying throwing raves on my stream. This is a pretty weird one in terms of like what's the right way to look at this, because I'm normally am watching Twitch only with my in like the tiny view in the live dashboard, and so like as a like broadcaster trying to also watch this overlay, that's going to be a little tricky. Like if I turn this tiny accept, and then I can have it in this tiny world, and if I click, does it work? Yes. I can do my own tiny little clicks. So that is the thing actually to consider, is the scaling of our someone's sending me money. We should scale our sprites. Our sprites, actually, that's kind of weird that it doesn't. Now that I think about that, I feel like Three.js would do that. That the scale of what we're drawing does not respect the overall scale. I guess that's right. Like we're just saying that's the size of the canvas, not that we're scaling the contents. So that is something we would kind of want to maintain, is like when we're drawing sprites, we want to draw them at a size that makes sense. Okay, so we just push that to Heroku. And now that means, I think, that we can click all over the video. So, man, this is weird to try to show. I'm gonna try it over here first. Yes, we can now click everywhere on the video. Which, that's a pretty weird one. Okay, here's another thing that's weird. This is a weird one. Okay, but I like this actually. Here's the thing. Okay, so like our coordinate system's weird because anybody's video could be whatever size, right? Like, yeah, gosh, we shouldn't. Okay, this is way better. This is actually good. This is a very good improvement, I think, actually. We want to start we didn't make a to-do for this project yet? We want to like, and the reason I like that, one, is that it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, also is one, that then it doesn't matter how big your view is. Like we should get out of screen space. We should be normalized to like relative to the video coordinates. Now that probably gets weird when you're in theater mode. That's problematic, right? Like, because I think maybe when you're in theater mode, when I'm in theater mode, the extension can be like clicks I make may not. Okay, no, that seems not true. It seems like even in theater mode that you're always only in video world, which is good. That's actually great. That's just what we want. Okay, that's good. So we'll normalize the clicks. We'll scale. The other advantage of the normalized clicks is that depending on we can kind of make our own choices about accuracy, like about like how many decimal places we want to go out to, and that could help us have a smaller payload. Maybe not. Actually, maybe that's a bad idea. We want to round it somewhat. Yeah, we've really got to think about some of those things because the payload structure is going to be kind of a weird one. I do think I prefer the normalized coordinates for that. I think that's good. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this. So that means we got this out into the world. I wonder at what stage anybody can flip it on. Like, so, you know, if I just go here, I won't see. I won't have that option, right? Because I'm nobody and I'm not whitelisted here. Oh, I can hear me. So I like how maybe that's just how it has to be, and that no one can use it until, like, that doesn't seem great. Like I just want to know what the statuses are, like, relative to invite. Can it go over the entire screen now? It can. It can indeed. It should. I think I pushed that. So if you refresh, you should be able to click everywhere. Okay, let me make a. Let's go here. Let me switch here for a moment so that we have a clean video plate. Let's go full screen over here. Full screen in theater mode. Let's then turn on the extension, which gives me a weird purple border. And now let me switch back to here, and then we will have a weird video loop going once again. Now I'm shrinking. Why am I shrinking? Okay, oh, Dracolin's at it. Did you just time it? Uh-oh, is it not actually going full screen? Maybe the full screen stuff isn't working. That looks beautiful, by the way. Very nice work. I thought we were good on full screen. We are. I think your code, you just weren't using the full width. That looks pretty good, though. Yeah, so that's why the normal, I mean, that's one reason that the normalized coordinates would be better anyway. Because then you wouldn't have to worry about it. You would just draw from 0 to 1 and 0 to 1, and then it wouldn't matter. The XY wouldn't matter. This is looking pretty cool with the video feedback. I like that the video is shrinking for no reason. I don't exactly know why that's happening, but it's happening. I'm kind of into it. I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing where I get hypnotized. That's usually the sign that I'm making something that is on some level good. as if whatever I'm working on makes me hypnotized. Ooh, Dracula now looks almost like it has weird tracers because of the shrinking effect. This is a mess, but I love it. So, okay, yeah, we gotta do the scaling relative. That's fine, probably. We gotta do the normalized thing. We just have some kind of normalized scale too, I guess. Like, it's a little weird with arbitrary aspect ratios. Like, what do you scale to? Always the width, always the height. I guess the height would be my instinct. Excuse me, please. Okay, so this is good. We made some progress today. We got some stuff figured out with Pixie. We still didn't get like proper drawing on alpha, which sucks, but maybe that's a blend mode thing, actually, now that I think about it. Is it because I'm using add and not... Okay, wait. Let's look into that. I know that they said their WebGL renderer only supports some. Which seems kind of lame. Says screen is valid. I don't actually think that would be any better or different, but let's try just to see. Wait, it is better. It is better. It's way better. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a normalized. Click. I don't remember how I did any of this. How'd I do it? We want to do this out of like window.width and do this out of window.height. And then down here, when we draw the click, this might be pretty weird. No, I shouldn't do that. It shouldn't be window. Well, maybe it should because it's an iframe. I don't actually know how smart that is. Like inside an iframe, does window.width give you the window width or the iframe width? I don't remember. Can I do this? I really just making stuff up at this point. I can't remember. Offset width and offset height. Is that what I want? using that, but hey. Okay, we got problems. Let's actually log this. Document, get all ID. Oh, get client bounding wrecked. I don't want to do that. It's not like a. So how do people do this now? Client width, client height. Is that what I want? Oh wait, I screwed everything up. What am I doing? That's event dot. Good grief. And this is main div dot client height. No wonder nothing was working. Yes, yes, okay. Just silly mistakes. 00A. No CSS. Oh, is it returning 0 because it's fixed? That could be. That's a right. Oh, that would kind of make sense. No, 64480. Is it some dumb integer math thing? Is that all it is? Silly integer math? Nope, still seems very wrong. Okay. What's the problem? What very silly mistake am I making this time? Okay, am I doing something weird here? Oh! Yeah, maybe that's not gonna work here. Like, my URL, maybe that's not cool. Like, to have dots in the URL... That's pretty weird, right? What does Node think about that? What does Express think about that? Or whatever components is actually doing that piece. Let's look in, what's that? mean untracked. Well, okay. I had not actually considered that. Kind of forgot we were doing everything through the URL. We don't have to. We could post instead of get. I was just trying to make life easy, but can I do this in the console log? Grab all these? I don't know if that works. Oh wait, I didn't have to do that. I forgot. We already did the thing. Oh, but that's now pushing remotely. Good grief. Okay. We need to set up some kind of sane dev environment, probably. Okay. No, that seemingly came in. Okay. So it's not... Seems like we got the data. Is it something going on in the queue? Ew. So seems like we get the data and that it is okay. Then we stick it in that queue. What are we even doing there? In the queue. Oh, I just have a parse_int around it. That's all. It's because I was deliberately converting it. Okay, so that stuff seems to come through now, and now it's wrong on the front end because we're getting clicks, so that means something with our draw click is not happy. Yeah, probably because this is supposed to be an integer. Okay, wait, is client width what we actually wanted? Yeah. It's just easy to forget that sometimes types matter in JavaScript, or at least, you know, if you're going to be manually messing with them. Well, what's my problem? I get... the thing. Where are we calling draw click? Call draw click here. That's where we log our click, so it looks like we're getting something that at least kind of makes sense. And I think I know about main div in here. Excuse me? We need to make this tidy at some point. One of these days. Oh, I didn't log them. Am I like not looking at the right thing? Oh, I should probably... Right. I forgot we don't see errors here. There's probably some horrible error happening. Well, there isn't. What is my problem? We're logging the click. We're calling draw click. Oh, right. Well, sure. I should go here anyway, because this should be Twitch rig log. So that's one thing. Sure. What absurd thing am I doing? This is like the thing I want to be looking at, right? Getting to listen. We're parsing this message. Oh, can you not have floats in a JSON like that? Like, are we breaking our Is that a problem? No. We're calling draw click with these parameters. Why does it seem like draw click is not called? Okay, my brain is not working great this last week, I think. Why do we die here? Where does main div live? It doesn't live in a... Good grief. Why was I not getting errors about that? Doesn't that seem like a thing that I should be told about? Maybe not. Good grief. Okay, great. So that's good. Now, I'm trying to think of how we want to do the scaling of the particles relative to the container. Man, that was a big pain in the butt. What a silly thing. Flurry starting. Good heavens, the snow. Snowing in Portland. Okay, so these won't add on top of the video, I'm pretty sure, which is a little unfortunate, but this is still kind of cool. There's sort of a problem of the black background and the alpha, whatever. So where do we scale our dudes? Right now the scale is just kind of arbitrary, right? We just... This could be 128 out of the window height. Is that a thing that makes sense? Like as a percentage of the window height, kind of like that. I wonder if it knows the sprite size. Like, is this going to be an actual proper width? Okay, so that's good. Draklin, are you ready to cause trouble? Oh, you're a very verbose hero. We need to round a lot. But I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Okay, so let me push this stuff again. Look in source tree. Just make sure we didn't do anything horrible. We don't need to push the to-do. So really this was all about... So we do this. So now that you might need to update your script because now the clicks are normalized. So it's just going to be 0 to 1, 0 to 1 width, and 0 to 1 height, and it does not respect aspect ratio. Or it doesn't care about aspect ratio because it's just 0 to 1. Okay, so what's that going to look like? Let me switch here for a moment. Oh, that's a mess. Oh no, I can't reset it here because I can't reset my panel. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. Just ignore that for a minute. Let's do the following. Let's get this. And push some... Oh, no, 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 no. What happened? Don't do that. Oh, no, no. Okay. This. Do this. That's me. It's me, Scott. And that's me. Let's just wait for a minute and get that to be our weird loop. I pushed the wrong thing. Dang it. Okay, sorry. We got to do that again. We got to do the cheese wave. Cheese. Did I do it? Okay, now we should have like a weird forever wave. It's kind of weird how that, it's weird how that seemingly just perfectly transitions forever. It's already getting weirder and weirder. I'm already starting to look like a dead nightmare. Okay, I'm going to turn on heat. Let's just click over here in the corner and make sure we have heat. We do have heat. Okay, Draklin, it is working. This video is getting terrifying. It looks like it's like that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark. I like my mouse, my like eternal mouse movement though. That's kind of cool. Okay, so heat seems to be doing the thing that it's supposed to do. We have better blending, which I'm kind of into. I mean, at some point we may change that to like emotes or some kind of other sprite that's not just a weird additive blob. I kind of want to make a number of presets, I guess. And then maybe the broadcaster decides the preset that's in use. That gets a little annoying. Maybe that's a configuration thing we can do. I guess that's not too hard. You could just like pub sub send that to everybody without needing to go through the server. I think you could just send it to everyone by changing the mode. Draklin, are you going to send me some dots? Sorry if I wasn't clear that that's what I wanted. Was more dots. was doing the weird thing where I rest my face on the mic filter. Pop filter. One sec. No problem. We'll just look at me continue to turn into an orange nightmare. It really is weird. It certainly does look like it's devolving into a heat image. I kind of like this though. I kind of like this eternal recompress forever thing. I remember people used to do projects like this of like showing a JPEG compressed 12, through 12,000 iterations or something. So what I really want to be able to do though, I got distracted and forgot that I want to like be able to test a Twitch extension with everybody in my channel and not have to have it reviewed. Like, what is an invite only? Show if your Twitch account is whitelisted by developer. The extension is approved by Twitch and released, but the developer only wants specific creators to install and activate the extension, including you. That's invite only in the extension manager though. Extension is available for testing and is not yet reviewed, approved by Twitch. Oh man, I'm just like orange. I'm just like an orange now. If you see an extension with this option, it means the extension has not been reviewed and approved by the Twitch staff. A developer has added your Twitch account to the right list. So unfortunately, it kind of looks like, lame. It kind of looks like I have to explicitly add people. Like there's not a way that I could just test this like at a larger, on a larger scale without explicitly whitelisting people. But I guess that's okay. I think it'll just be difficult, like we don't have a ton of regulars, but maybe we can somehow get Draklin and Life is Yours and a handful of other people in the channel and then click all over the place maybe. I noticed looking at some old VODs, especially when I was playing No Man's Sky and getting frustrated, that I was scowling the whole time. Like most of that video, I was like in a deep scowl, like this, furrowed brow. But I wasn't really into that game. You can still kind of read the text, kind of read the subtitle. Okay, so it seems like I would really like a way to be able to test this in a wider way. I mean, I get it, but okay, Draklin, I see you. I see what you're doing. Apps and authentication guide. Extensions, documentation. I'll just be reading documentation while you draw on the channel. I mean, in real life, I mean, the aim would be, I don't know, I'm a little torn on this because again, there's two ways to think of this. One is that the drawing is always client side and everybody is always drawing through the overlay and all the drawing happens in the overlay. And that's like kind of the way that seems to be, I don't know, this is a weird case, but sort of adhering to the general design principles of an extension. Like that's kind of what it's for. But I could imagine a scenario where you do draw to some web thing that then is added like as an OBS layer, as an OBS source. But the thing that continues to suck is I don't know how to do that without having it kind of be a separate code base. Like I don't think the pub sub stuff works if you just arbitrarily call. I mean, let's try. Let's try. Maybe I can receive at least. I don't think I can. Yeah, I think when you do that, you're just like a invalid citizen. It's kind of a bummer. What's going on over here? Okay, lots of stuff. Great. Oh no, that's gonna make the video even weirder. Oh no. Let me switch back to this for a minute. Okay, we're back. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we could certainly make something that where we could broadcast to ourselves. It's kind of a bummer. It would be a little cooler if we could use that same stuff, but then of course not. Of course Twitch doesn't let you do that, because then you could just kind of arbitrarily use their servers for whatever you wanted. So something happens when the iframe is created, I think, so that the extension helper gets hydrated with something useful or relevant, perhaps. So let's say we didn't do that. What would be the way that we could communicate with the server? I guess we could also add like some WebSocket based thing that could use the same front-end code but could also listen to a WebSocket. That wouldn't be that hard. It just means like another permutation. That would be most useful for this scenario where, which maybe this is a limited scenario. Thanks, Jacqueline. We at least got something up on a server. It's the wrong server because we're using Heroku and we're supposed to use AWS, but we can probably figure that out. The backend stuff, the data source stuff, I'm still slightly stuck on. Well, wait, that's getting crazy. How will they do the client? This isn't a game. This is a... I know, I can't. You can... Well, I will have to, actually, at some point. I will unfortunately have to stop you because one of the things I will have to do is like cooldowns and stuff like that, because there's some requirements in that realm to keep things tenable. So I'll probably end up where it's like you can only click once per second and stuff like that. But whatever. While we're testing, you go to town. I do wish it was a little easier to rope in other people, but maybe some night if we're working on it, we get rated, we'll just add everybody to the whitelist, and then a bunch of people can try it. I need to come up with what's the best way to like semi showcase it. I don't actually know. You know, I don't know this if it's a requirement that your extension get approved to win the contest. I mean, it'd be kind of weird if it didn't, but It's already 9:45. I've been streaming for 3 hours again. It's like 6 hours streaming today. I did not do some of the things I was supposed to do work-wise. Oops. Okay, like, what are the actual requirements here? The requirements. Main requirement, build a Twitch extension for viewers, broadcasters, or both that integrates or is built with at least one AWS service. We'll figure that part out later. Probably Elasticache for Redis, I think. Submit your extension on the developer portal for review, which I think it gives us instructions. Okay, okay. You do have to submit it for review. Once it works properly and it's hosted, so we have to fill out the EULA. Ugh. Boring. Make an image. Add some screenshots. So I got to fill out some forms. Boring. Name of the channel for review. So this, I think, is a weird one. You are the channel you want to be used for the review process. To complete a review of extension, we require the version under review to be fully functional and live on a Twitch channel until it is approved. Also, if your extension requires live data to operate, please simulate the necessary data to allow our reviewers to use the full breadth of features offered by extension. So what's weird about that is that basically once you submit for review, your stream just has to run. You have to like stream 24/7 until they get around to reviewing it, which is pretty weird. What? Okay. A valid URL. Okay. Walk through. Yes, a thing like that. Submit your extension to review by clicking mark in review. That's kind of weird. I don't know. This whole process just doesn't feel super great, but whatever. We need to make a demo video, so that's easy enough. I mean, it doesn't necessarily say it has to get reviewed. I mean, have to be approved. It just says submit it for review. So theoretically, you could win this contest without getting approved. I kind of don't want it to actually be approved and exist in the world. I kind of want to just make weird things for my own channel and not let other people use them. I wonder if anyone does that. Surely somebody does, like makes their own extensions that only work in their channel. That would be kind of cool. That must happen. That must happen. Provide access to your whitelisted extension with Twitch Dev, with /Twitch Dev. I don't know what that means. But, so it seems like we just have to add a certain user account to the access settings, which I think is where I added, Draclin added your user ID earlier. And then submit your application. It's a pretty weird one. Like, there's lots of pieces of this. I mean, I guess it, you know, there's like 30 grand of prizes, so maybe it makes sense that you've got to jump through some hoops, but it's a little annoying. I'm not fully decided on how far I want to take it. I sort of only want to take it as far as I find it interesting and not actually really bother to take it like to something that is reasonably scalable for everyone on Earth to use. I mean, the more that I think about it, the more I'm kind of drawn to, at least initially, having it only work for me. Is that weird? Is that selfish? I mean, that would just so dramatically reduce the crap I would have to deal with. You know? Like, I mean, I could also just set up a channel that is specifically a weird, like, clicky, drawy channel, sort of. Although people would almost certainly draw only awful things. I mean, of course, because it's Twitch. But I kind of like that idea. I just am not interested in like releasing a fully robust, like scalable web application. I just don't care. Okay, I feel like we've got an understanding here. We made some progress. We committed that progress. I have some extra code here. All our code's a mess. It's okay, I guess. It's just not like very linear. It's not super structured. An uncharitable person might call it spaghetti. We actually did both these things, so that's cool. Anything else we want to do today? I don't think so. We've been at it a long time. I think I'm going to call it for today. Draclin, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for experimenting and doing weird things and DDoSing me with my own name. Thanks for anybody else who lurked around. And we will pick this up soon. Tomorrow I do need to do another long work stream. We got to work on that workshop some more. Right? So that's we need to. I am kind of distracted by the idea that I've had today about the like that old processing stuff, because that's kind of cool. Can I commit right here? I never do that. Stage changes. Stage changes. I never really. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the version control support in Source Tree. Amazing. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will talk soon. I think I'm just tired. I think I streamed too much today. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.